Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Titan Muscle and Mind, and today I'm going to talk about can anyone create a legacy. And the reason I'm going to talk about this, it's been probably the hardest week of my life over the weekend. My dad passed away from pancreatic cancer, and the last 7 weeks have been extremely hard. What I was fortunate enough to be able to do was spend absolutely every day with him till his last breath, and being at the morgue and being able to watch him for the final time and say my goodbyes. And I wanted to talk about legacy because my dad, was 77 when he passed away, and to be perfectly honest, anyone can create a legacy. You don't have to be on social media. You don't have to be a person that speaks loud, because my dad was a man of few words. You don't have to be educated to create legacy. But you have to have a couple of core principles and fundamentals of who you are to become a person of legacy. And what my dad had was, he had a massive heart. He was a massive action taker. He was always taking action. He would never leave anything till tomorrow. He'd want to get whatever had to get done today. He believed that if you can get it done today, get it done today. He wasn't a man that held a grudge or talked behind anyone's back. He would just move on, and he'd want everyone to get along. He was a family man. He was huge on family, his kids, his grandkids, his daughter-in-laws. He was massive on that. And they really are the core principles of Titan Fitness. And like if I can put in a perspective the type of life he had. His mum passed away when he was 4. His dad passed away when he was 16 to cancer. And his dad remarried and had the wife had another kid and left them as well. He didn't have much of a family, and it was unbelievable what he was able to do with his 3 boys. And it would be an understatement for me not to tell you that he was a massive part of every single gym, because he put in so much time and so much effort, and he had this resilience and persistence of going all day, chipping away. And it's pretty much the core principles of life, really, if you have a look at it. If you look at, how you want your family to be, how you want your work relationships to be, and how you want to deal with people. He had this knack of not saying much. I remember in the Rockdale days, and he just connected with people without saying many words. He used to be extremely fit, he could do chin-ups, pull-ups. He used to do it all, till his later ages. When he was young, he was extremely athletic. He used to do somersaults and walk on his hands around the park, climb trees. But his principles was what astonished me for a guy that didn't have the kind of upbringing that most people would have. He didn't have the tools and the education most people would have. But he made up for that with his massive heart. He wasn't a big man, massive heart, massive on the principles of the universal law of doing the right things all the time. And he was never say, if you do this, you'll get this. He just said, you always got to do the right thing. Always do the right thing. And when I was in a hospital towards the end, my brother said, you got to stay alive, Dad, for Mets to do one final podcast. And I know if he was here and I was asking him questions about, how to live and how to become your best version of yourself, he would always say, mate, turn up to work and give it 100% and make sure everything is absolutely spotless and you're always good to the people, which is just really the fundamentals. It's very basic and very simple, but they work everywhere. And, I'm telling you guys this story because you get a good understanding of why Titan Fitness is the way it is, why the team's the way it is, because during these times you need massive support. I'm lucky enough that through this whole experience that the team have rallied and worked and been so supportive through that. But if we suppress ourselves and not talk about our feelings, what we tend to do is ostracize ourselves from the human connection and the emotion we need to have to build relationships. So people build relationships on stories, and they build relationships on human connection with emotion. And so coming in today, for me, was extremely hard because I could feel everything he'd done, and I was just sitting a moment ago with my team. And honestly, I didn't know I was going to break down like that, and it was the best thing for me, because coming in today was extremely challenging. Coming in today, I could have left it and made an excuse that my dad passed away, but he wouldn't have wanted that. He would have wanted me to show up. He would have wanted me to come in, do my workout. He would have wanted me to do all of those things. And every time I think about what he would say if I don't do that, he'd say, mate, just go and do it, go and do it now. The amount of help, the amount of support he continually gave can't be quantified by what I'm saying right here to understand the man behind this product. And so now when we talk about legacy, did he leave a legacy? Well, if you think about it, how many people have enjoyed the Titan Fitness experience? How many people have loved coming in here? How many people have told their friends about this place? How many people have told their friends that this place is different? So I'm an extension of the legacy he created for us. He gave us the platform to be able to be the voice for him, because he couldn't speak English that well. And so what I want to leave you guys with, and I'm not going to make this a long podcast. What I want to leave you guys with is, if you want to become the best version of yourself, if you want to challenge yourself each and every day and have a meaningful life, and look at what really matters, instead of going, I don't really care, nothing matters. Well, if nothing matters, then you'll never have a meaningful relationship. You'll never have meaningful experiences. You will never have a meaningful life. So to have a meaningful life, you have to make sacrifice of the person you need to become to have the human connection you need to have to enjoy a meaningful and fulfilled life. And that was my dad's legacy. So thanks again, everyone. I mean, I'll be honest with you, if I hadn't had the meeting before this, I probably would have broken down. But I want everyone to share this with friends that have gone through, you know, what we've been going through, from a man who created all this for Titan Fitness, and for people to have these memories that are with them while they come here at Titan Fitness. And there's so many amazing stories and so many amazing testimonials from people that come here, and it's because of that man with a big heart, small stature, couldn't speak much English, but his actions were so much bigger than everything else. So always action trumps talent. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.